first tonight. So watch me make the first at the night light.
Think you know South Korea? Think again. This is a nation where 70% of the land is dominated by stunning mountain range, creating a high energy mix of natural beauty and urban intensity. Look at this skyline. We are talking about world-class architecture that bridge the gap between 1,000-years-old places and futuristic smart city. It is building the future in every sense of the word. With a massive population of 51.7 million, the energy here never stops. And the proof is in the data. South Korea is officially ranked 20 out of the world 67 top economies. This is a global powerhouse in action. But growth brings new conversations. Today, South Korea is home to 200,000 Muslims. As the community grows, the nation is navigating big hurdles from fighting Islamophobia to creating more halal-friendly spaces. It is a vital part of Korea's journey toward becoming a truly global society.
불타오르네.
Good day everyone. Okay, first, I will briefly explain the definition of consumption, followed by some key facts on employees and total imports from major foreign companies related to South Korea. In the conventional perspective, consumption is the act of using goods and resources to satisfy current needs and wants. From the Islamic perspective, consumption refers to using goods and services in accordance with Sharia principles, focusing on fulfilling needs while avoiding waste and excess. Alright, now starting with Saudi Aramco, the largest oil supplier to South Korea, it employs 75,118 people worldwide with total import value of $31.45 billion. Next is Kuwait Petroleum Corporation, which has 22,881 employees globally, and its total import value is approximately $8.75 billion. In the electronic sector, Intel Corporation plays an important role. Intel has 108 and 9,000 employees worldwide, and the total import value is about $53.1 billion. Another major company is TSMC, the world's largest chip manufacturer. TSMC employs 83,825 employees globally, with a total import value of around $74 billion. Let's move on to machinery. Siemens has 312,000 employees worldwide, and its total import value is approximately $1.05 million. Lastly, Caterpillar employs 112,900 people globally, with a total import value of about $60.9 million. In conclusion, these figures show how consumption supports global trade through workforce, size, and import value. Alright, thank you for your attention.
Blackpink in your area.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone, welcome to South Korea. For now, I'll be your tour guide taking you through South Korea major production industry, focusing on electronics, automotive and machinery mechanical appliance. In Islamic economics, production has the same basic idea, which is creating goods and service, but with Islamic values and Sharia rules. Production in Islam means the process of creating goods and services that are halal, beneficial and aligned with Maqasid Sharia, while avoiding harm, waste, exploitation and prohibited elements. So for our first stop is electronic industry. So before I start, let me ask you something. Do you have smartphone or anything name brand of Samsung in your house? If have, this is our first stop is Samsung Electronics, one of South Korea's most iconic companies. Samsung recorded a revenue of approximately Korean won 315.56 trillion with around 267,000 employees worldwide. The main products include smartphones, televisions, and home appliances. Next, let's visit SK Hynix, a global leader in memory semiconductor. SK Hynix generates about Korean won 66.19 trillion in revenue and employs around 46,863 people globally. The company focused on products such as RAM, HBM, non-flash memory, SSD, CIS, and MCP. So for our second stop is automotive industry. I bet you guys have your own vehicle. Do you know maybe your vehicle is the brand from Korea? So let me explain. So first we have Kia Motor Company. Kia recorded a revenue of approximately Korean won 100 trillion and has around 35,747 employees. Kia mainly produces SUVs, car parts, and electric vehicles. So for our next stop is Hyundai Motor Company, another major automotive manufacturer. Hyundai generated around Korean won 46.70 trillion in revenue with approximately 75,000 employees worldwide. Its products include SUVs, electric vehicles, and car parts. Now we're finally in our last stop. Our stop 3 is machinery mechanical appliances. Now let's explore by visiting Dosan. Dosan recorded a revenue of about Korean won 18.13 trillion and employs around 41,400 people globally. The company produces power generation equipment, construction and agriculture equipment, and industrial component and technology. So our final stop is HD Hyundai Heavy Industry, a global leader in heavy industry. The company generated approximately Korean won 144.86 trillion in revenue and employs around 50,000 workers. The main products include shipbuilding, offshore plants, and engines and machinery. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this journey through South Korea production.
It's the love shot. 눈이 멀어도 너에게로 찍찍 너에게로 찍찍.
Ready to see how South Korea move its money? It is all about the market structure. Think of it as a dynamic mix, a survival of the fittest between big monopolies, small groups of giants, and competitive businesses. The goal? Empowering smaller players to become global export powerhouses. The monopolies. This is when one single supplier owns the game because there are no other options. Take K-Water, they are the sole provider of bulk water across the entire nation, managing everything for dams to pipe. Or look at the Capco, the government-owned giant that has historically held the crown for generating and distributing electricity. In these sectors, they are the only name in town. Now let's talk oligopolies. This is where a few massive firms dominate the market and keep the competition tight. You see it in the skies with Korean Air ruling the airline industry with just a handful of players, and you see it on your phone. The telecom sector is a three-way battle between LGU Plus, SK Telecom, and KT Corporation. These giants hold the market power, from single giants to powerful groups. South Korea's market is good for growth. High energy, high competition, that is how you lead the world.
기다려왔어 바라볼수록 아름다워 널 다 가릴 수 없어 저 눈이 멀어도 너의 all about it.
Annyeonghaseyo and welcome to our tour of South Korea. For now, let's understand the engine driving this nation, which is distribution. We define distribution through two lenses. The conventional view, which uses taxes and welfare to ensure social stability and efficiency, and the Islamic perspective, which emphasizes the fair sharing of wealth to prevent exploitation. In 2024, Korea is putting a massive 656.9 trillion won national budget. Our largest priority is health, welfare, and employment, which receive 142.9 trillion won, a 7.5 increase from 2023. This trend is visible in our National Health Insurance providing universal coverage and our National Cancer Center, which is pioneering proton beam therapy and AI-driven cancer medicine. As we pass our government buildings, remember that 111.3 trillion won is dedicated to general and local administration. This allows the Ministry of the Interior and Safety to upgrade National Disaster Alert and the National Information Resources Service to modernize our digital infrastructure. Finally, education is fueled by 89.7 trillion won. We are leading the world with newborn schools, providing extended care for children, and the National Institute for Lifelong Education, which offers learning vouchers to help adults transition into the new AI economy. Through this strategy, branches and budget allocation, Korea ensures that distribution is not just a theory, but it is a commitment to every citizen's future. Enjoy the rest of your tour! Welcome to South Korea. I'm your tour guide for now, and we'll be exploring the Bank of Korea and how it manages money and monetary policy. Our first stop is the Bank of Korea, established on June 12, 1915. It is South Korea's central bank. Its main objectives are to stabilize the value of the national currency, maintain a sound banking system, and support economic growth. The Bank of Korea is currently led by Governor Lee Chang-yong. Let's move on to open market operation, which make up about 90% of the Bank of Korea monetary policy tools. In this process, the central bank buys or sells government bonds in the open market. Buying bonds increase the money supply to stimulate the economy, while selling bonds reduce money circulation to control inflation. Our third stop is the reserve requirement, which accounts for around 7% banks are required to keep 7% of their deposits with the Bank of Korea. When this reserve ratio is increased, bank lend less, reducing money supply. When it is decreased, banks can lend more, encouraging economic activity. Finally, we arrive at lending and deposit facilities, making up about 3% of monetary policy tools. Through interest rate adjustment and liquidity support, the Bank of Korea helps manage financial stability and support banks during times of need. That concludes our guide tour of South Korea monetary policy. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your journey.
그게 언제쯤일까 어떤 사람일까
Hello, I'm your tour guide for now, so we'll be exploring fiscal policy. Fiscal policy is the use of government expenditures and revenue to influence economic conditions, while in Islamic perspective, that refers to the management of government expenditures and revenues based on Sharia principles with the aim of achieving social justice. So what is the definition of tax? Tax is a mandatory payment collected to cover the cost of general activities of government. So what is the function of tax? The function of tax is to distribute wealth, to reduce income inequality, which the fund used to support for those in need, and revenue generation to help government to finance a wide range of public services. So how do they pay taxes in South Korea? For individuals, they using self-filling, year-end settlement, or they can pay at taxpayer associations. For business, they can pay in person at local bank and online transactions. So what is the definition of zakat? Zakat is Islamic financial obligations that requires Muslims to donate a portion of their wealth annually to charitable causes. So what is the function of zakat? Zakat function is to providing for the needy, to strengthen community ties of Muslims, and enables them to contribute to reducing poverty. So how do they pay zakat in South Korea? First is through local Muslims organizations, through local mosques such as Seoul Central Mosque, and lastly through online donations by Islamic international charity organizations.
새콤하다는데 아무데나 하늘이 나는 것 같다는데 나의 두 눈을 감으면.
So this is the conclusions. For strength, South Korea remains an advanced economy with a high standard of living. They also maintains a higher spending in research and development as a percentage of GDP. They also have world-class digital infrastructure and high-skilled labor force. For the weakness, they faces low birth rate and leading to a shrinking labor force. And they also have limited Sharia-compliant infrastructure for its growing Muslims minority. And the elevated level of household debt remains a significant vulnerability. So what is Malaysia can learn from South Korea? For the education sector, we can improve our technical and vocational education to meet high-meet industry needs. For the industrial and technology, we can transform to high-value manufacturing from transitioning to labor-intensive exports to high-tech. For our economy management, we can create an ecosystem that allows small businesses to innovate alongside large corporations. So that's all.
I can fly the sky. Never got no stay. 내가 지쳤을 것일 때까지 어떤 이유도 어떤 변명도 지금 내겐 용